Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Hobby Homestead. This morning, we're going to try to get some things done before I got to leave. We're going to go pick up our new kitchen cabinets. So, as I told you before, we're in the process of doing a remodel for our home. And so, my husband and I are going to be putting new cabinets in, and we're looking at going an Amish white color. So, yeah, I'm really excited. So, this morning, I'm going to try to get homemade meatballs prepped and put in the freezer, hamburgers prepped and put in the freezer, and then we're just going to make packs of hamburger. We're going to vacuum seal them and get those into the freezer. And then also coming to you this week also is we are going to be making chicken brats. So yeah, we got a lot of fun activities planned. Keep on following. All right, friends, so what we're going to do is we're going to prep some of this hamburger. My son got this out for me. It's a 10-pound tube. We're going to put some in this bowl for meatballs, some in this back bowl to make hamburgers, and then we'll end up just vacuum sealing some. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. So that'll leave us with 4 individuals that get vacuum sealed. All right, friends, so these are a pound each. So I got 4 pounds right here that we're going to just individually vacuum seal and put in the freezer. Plug in my vacuum sealer. That make our bags. The meatballs and the hamburgers, we won't vacuum seal until later today because I do want those to go ahead and get frozen. That way they don't get all smushed and deformed with the vacuum sealer. I'm going to go ahead and shut this and hit seal. And what this is doing is it's going to make a seal on the end. That way we only have one side that's open. We got us a nice seal. So we're going to go ahead and get these other 3 bags sealed and then we'll get them stuffed. Okay, so before we stuff our bags, I'm going to go ahead and write on them. That way I don't have to try to write on them after the stuff. So we're just going to put what it is, which is hamburger. I'm going to put 1 pound. And then I'm going to put 7/11/25. That's today's date. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we're going to get ready to stuff them. Alrighty, so now that we got our counters washed back off, our meat in the bags, our hands washed, I'm just flattening this out a little bit so they're not in round. What I'm going to do, put it in my vacuum sealer. Going to go ahead and get these vacuum sealed, and then we're going to get them into the freezer. Okay, so I got that one lined up and put it in. Okay. Seal. I love this vacuum sealer. I've had it for about 3 years now. I've had no issues with mine. So now it's sealing. When those lights go off up top, that means that it's sealed. Okay, lights off. Good seal. We got 1 more bag to do, and then we'll get them in the freezer. Alrighty, fine. So we got 4 pounds vacuum sealed. We're gonna get these in the freezer in here because I'm almost out of hamburger up here. I have 2 pounds left in here. We go through a lot of burger. All right, our next project we're going to tackle is we're going to get the hamburger meat seasoned. for hamburgers and meatballs. So we'll get those seasoned, get those ready to go into the freezer to flash freeze before we vacuum seal them. So that is going to be the next project we work on. All right, friends. So my meatballs, I'm going to add cheese into them. So for my meatballs, which is going to be this one right here, I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. All right, friends. So now we got our Parmesan cheese on our meatballs. We're going to add some salt into the meatballs and into the hamburger meat. I'm going to add garlic powder into both. And to each their own, everybody likes to do it a little bit different. I'm using Danos Yum Yum Get You Some in both. And then in my hamburgers, I'm going to use the 4/6 seasoning. Only because that is one of my son's favorites. So my hamburger meat's ready to be patted up. And then my meatballs, I'm going to add some basil. Oregano. And I just measure with my heart. I'm going to have to get some more parsley out. I'm going to do chives. And then I'm going to do some fresh thyme. My little cow. So this is my little cow. I have thyme growing everywhere. I got it here. I got it over there in the pot. I use a lot of it. Oh, my stems are about empty on a lot of them. I'm also, I think I'm going to throw some thyme in my hamburger as well. I'll have to start growing some more. And I just clean off the stems. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and get these mixed up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get the hamburgers mixed up, only because I have to put the eggs in the meatballs yet. So what is everybody got planned for today? I got a couple hours and then I'm leaving to go get cabinets. And then when we get back from getting cabinets, we'll have to get our meatballs and stuff packaged in vacuum seal bags. So we'll give it time to flash freeze. That's what I'm doing. I take a decent amount of hamburger only because hamburger cooks down. And my son and my husband love hamburgers, especially with caramelized onions. We go through a lot. They smell amazing. So there's the first one. So I'm gonna put it on my baking sheet. I have a baking sheet here with parchment paper. I'm just gonna lay it on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up. All right, fine. So that made 6 burger patties. So we're gonna go ahead and get these in the deep freeze to get them to flash freeze, so we can vacuum seal them later. And we'll just put all 6 in one bag because within a weekend, my husband and my oldest will eat 2, and then me and the little guy will each eat 1. So that's the perfect amount for our family. This plywood will be gone shortly, and so will these countertops. We are getting ready to drop all new countertops in, all new uppers. So yeah, and then I'm going to be having my oldest sand the bottoms down, and then we're gonna do a distressed look with the Amish white. So yeah, I'm excited to take you guys along this journey as we do our kitchen remodel. All right, friends, so now we're gonna get going on the meatballs. I'm gonna go and get some farm fresh eggs. So I rotate my eggs out. The new eggs, I always put in containers up on my shelving unit. The older eggs, I'll put in the fridge. So to our meatball mixture, I'm gonna add 2 eggs, and some Worcestershire sauce. My son makes fun of me because half the time I say Worcestershire sauce. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give this a good mix. I don't use any breadcrumbs in here because my husband does not eat bread products because he does the carnivore diet. So we gotta try to keep it all meat based and milk based and cheese based, and yeah, anything that you would get from an animal like your eggs, your milk, your cheese. And then people have asked before, not putting bread and stuff in my meatballs, they don't come apart. I don't have any problems with them. Okay, so I'm gonna take this lovely ice cream scoop. I have it in many different sizes, but I'm gonna use the large. I'm just gonna kind of overfill mine. You can cook your meatballs and then freeze them, but I like to cook my meatballs fresh. I just think it has a better flavor. And we are putting our meatballs close together. And I am overfilling my cookie scoop. Only because my husband has a saying, if you're going to have meatballs, he wants meatballs. So that's what he's getting. And he loves when I make the meatballs and like do a ricotta bake. But this weekend I'm doing a deep dish carnivore pizza, and I'll take you guys along with that too. All right, so we're just getting these compacted and combined a little bit more. So I'm just rolling them. So these made 2, 4, 6. So this made 20 meatballs. And so these will go into the deep freeze to flash freeze, and then they will get vacuum sealed later on this evening. So friends, that's all for this morning. I'm going to get ready to go head out and get my cabinets. Just remember, if you're struggling right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, so just remember, I'm on a series right now, you know, between Proverbs that tells you God is always there for you. He will be fruitful to you. Just, you need to remember to incorporate Him in your daily lives. Give Him the thanks, the glory, and just be grateful for everything that you have. Even in the hard times and your struggles, you may not think He's there with you, but He is. Because let me tell you, I've been going through a lot of struggles with health issues and doing a lot of praying to Him, and God is always there. But then until next time, friends, have a safe and blessed weekend. Enjoy your loved ones. Relax. Enjoy some home cooking. But may God bless you all. Have a good day, guys.